Turn me up, I like my money like I like my niggas. Green face card, never decline of what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claiming it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. Turn me up, I like my money like I like my niggas. Green face card, never decline of what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claiming it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me.
This product is so important because not only is it produced with care, but it actually has proven results. There have been over 10,000 units of this sold. The company name is shareabutters.com, and this was developed with love by a woman who simply wanted to help her beautiful daughter as she recovered from the devastating effects of cancer, chemo, and radiation burn, and has helped many others with fading stretch marks, eczema, and many other skin issues. Check out the website as it has tons of other valuable products. Check it out. There will be a link and a discount code pinned in the comments section of this video.
Experience the ultimate in feminine care with the Sweet Yoni Lavender QG Gel Wash. This soothing, lavender-infused formula ensures freshness and comfort all day, elevating your hygiene routine. Click the link and shop now.
Hey, it's Sonia. I'm out here at the BMF party with Miss Waters. How's everybody doing? We outside today. With our girl Cougar. She's performing tonight. And I have a YouTube channel, which is Miss Waller. It's going around YouTube. It's kind of big. We're not going to talk about it, though. Everybody, have a good time tonight. Bye. I forgot to say her in my first one, so they
say you're nasty.
Good morning, Vibers. What is going on? Is everybody in the house? Let's get into this topic. Okay, what's up, Jam? Aaliyah, my girl alive. Sunflowers, Tanya, okay? Nesto, Shackles, Shuffle, Walk of Fame. Blue Bear, okay? Katina, Blue Magic, Truthfully Speaking, Tell the Truth, okay? Call Me Darling, KK Scorpio, Love Joy, let's talk about it. Okay, Tori Story, West Side Story, Island Girl, honey, say that. She said this shit hit. Okay, who birthday is it? Any birthdays? Sexy RN, hey girl. Esta es bonita. Natasha, Jupiter Sun, what is going on? What is going on, my lovely girl alive? So we in this piece. Let's go ahead and get into the topic. Y'all already see the title. Let me see. Do we have any celebrations, birthdays, or anything like that we want to get out? Because I'm kind of on the schedule. I'm going to be on Tasha K's today as well on the app. So it's a lot. We got a lot going on today. Okay. Got a couple of appointments with content creators, all kinds of stuff going on. So I literally have something to do like every other hour. It's crazy. Okay. So you sure can, Muffin. Happy birthday to our eccentric one. Girl, look, we wish you what? We wish you love, peace, abundance, okay? Blessings upon blessings, everything that you desire that is for your highest and greatest good, okay? Every door that you want open, honey, we will that Mickey Ficky open for you, okay? May your deepest, best, and most light-filled manifestations come true for you this year and every year after it. Happy birthday to you, Muffin, and let's get a happy birthday, Sweet Pea, going for you.
Happy birthday, Sweet Pea. Happy birthday, Sweet Pea. Happy birthday to you. May our good Lord bless you. May our good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. Happy birthday, Sweet Pea. Don't worry about nothing. It get better, trust me. Happy birthday, Sweet Pea. I love you, Sweet Pea.
We love you, Sweet Pea. Happy birthday, eccentric one. You're very, very welcome. All right, so let's see, we got to start. Okay, KK Scorpio Brawl. Thank you so very much for becoming a member and helping that green chat exist. We appreciate it. You already know we in a relationship. Love you much, Muffin. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the topic at hand. All right, so we already know that we are literally fresh off of this situation with Shirley giving testimony at Nesto's hearing yesterday, right? We have made it past the weird energetics of the person that was filming and all that old weird stuff that was going on. We made it past that. We're getting through that. We made it through and got a chance to hear the testimony. And then there's more, right, that we need to get into. But what I want to talk about is what we are doing. And yes, I am unique. They are male identified wannabe women, she says. Okay. So here's the thing. When we talk about, because some people don't know what male identified woman is, and just so you know, that terminology came about before the whole gender identity thing. So it doesn't have anything to do with that sort of gender identity thing. But what it does have something to do with is being a mammy, right? So at its heart, we know that a mammy is a woman that will basically self-sacrifice to her complete detriment for the greater good of males. Or, you know, they have a vested interest in keeping women down or on a certain level because they believe that it gives them value, you know, within male spaces and all that kind of stuff. So let's talk about it. So let's talk about, you know, Shirley's testimony. And I will say that seeing and hearing these women try to implicate Shirley is really like what motivated the stream, because that mindset, number one, is dangerous. We need to talk about it, identify it, and hopefully get rid of it, right? If this is you, sis, it's not necessarily your fault if you're this way, unless you just choose not to pay attention and take the information, right? What's going on, Wayne? I'm so mad that you weren't here for the birthday song. Anybody have a birthday so we can sing happy birthday and piss Wayne off. Anyway, so let's get to the testimony that she gave. So at the crux of the argument was, did we love or not the way Shirley was like, the defendant obtained vehicles in my name. She literally called him Mr. Williams. She was very, very, she was on brand for Shirley Strawberry. I loved the way she referred to him as Mr. Williams. I love the way that she separated herself, as it worked. Wayne said his baby was looking flat on that stand. Baby, wasn't Shirley looking good though? Can we drop some strawberries in the chat for Shirley Strawberry looking? How can you look that good, right? At that age, been going through all that kind of stuff and just walk away, just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she dominated that room. Love that for her, right? So at the crux of this argument was, he got those vehicles in her name without her knowledge and used falsified information, right? And she basically spoke on, she didn't say it per se, but it doesn't take much to understand about, a woman trusting her husband and, not necessarily questioning paperwork and all this kind of stuff, right? She was calm. She was poised in demeanor, right? She showed like a high level of emotional intelligence and professionalism, right? She was not out here letting what they did to her dictate her energy, okay? She harnessed that shit, okay? You can, it is available on the free Cage Bird Sings. It is available on the free tier on my Patreon. So just go over there, baby, and you can watch it, okay? Let's talk about the fact that we know that Shirley was telling the truth, right? And let's talk about the fact that she's being targeted by these male-identified slurs simply for testifying to the facts, and because they have this thing with trying to free Nesto, I guess, trying to make it seem like she had something to do with this. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this man had a criminal history way before they got together. Shirley didn't have a criminal history. Shirley was not implicated in crimes. Sure, she's had some credit challenges. Many people do. We've all had them, which is why we have the My Credit Repair Kit that is only $5.99, that I'm already getting really good feedback from people getting deletions done. Bad credit is a temporary state, and it is not illegal to have bad credit. It's very inconvenient, but it is not indicative of you being a criminal or a monster or a bad person, right? She's targeted because she's testifying to the facts. He already had this history, right? Think about when we brought out the King Mozzie situation. If we think about what King Mozzie said on that Facebook post, everything that he said was literally stuff that we saw in the arrest warrant, right? Playing with people's money. There were things that were being said, as someone that worked for him. We've had interviews with two people that worked for Nesto, and this was like 10 years apart, and they have the same exact experience, yet these struggle-faced women are trying to make Shirley the problem, right? This man has literally engaged in a repeated pattern of acquiring other people's property under false pretenses and leaving victims, mainly female victims, with the debt, okay? I, have been looking into everybody that is on the witness list. The reason why I did not highlight a lot of the witnesses and a lot of the people that are involved is because I noticed that everyone that I highlight could potentially get exploited. But let's just say this, you got women that are pastors, ministers, that this man took money from. This man was fleecing down to the illegal immigrants that he hired to do work for him. You know, like he had literally no freaking limit on who he would scam. It was very, very callous, very, very dusty and disgusting. And these were regular people. Everybody that he scammed wasn't necessarily a Miss Gail Bickham with a couple of $100,000 in liquid funds sitting in the bank. Some of these people were just regular people, just like you and me, that need every dime, right? When we miss a couple of $100, we like, where is that money we're looking for? Those kind of people, right? He stole from multiple men. He stole from the most vulnerable men. There's even a celebrity that he stole from. This one guy that he stole from, like he used to be like a very, very popular barber and all that kind of stuff. But this guy that he stole from, like this guy is much older than Nesto. You know, he just did not care. And I feel like if he thought he could have got away with stealing from someone like Dre or whatever, he probably would have stole from him too, which is why I don't understand why people can't stick by principle. Because I'm telling you, for me, stealing your money, especially that kind of money, in my opinion, is no different than SA. Okay, that amount of money, $250,000, honey, you are trying to ruin my life. And even like if you're a person, let's say you don't have that much money. You know, if you're struggling paycheck to paycheck or whatever, dealing with, a depressed economy, someone taking money from you or not paying you for services rendered, that is someone that is trying to ruin your life selfishly so that he can live in access. So when you have people like an infamous silverback blogger and a side chicken that will sit there and defend it and try to make a law-abiding citizen like Shirley Strawberry the main problem, like how you know, it's like, how dare you? Because what the chicken head doesn't understand is that she was a mark as well. She just so happened to benefit from him being locked up, like for real. Think about multiple victims report identical methods used by Mr. Williams, as Shirley Strawberry so eloquently called him, right? How many people saying, he left me with thousands in debt. He charmed his way in and then disappeared. Okay, this has been going on for years. Okay, documented, we can say like about 15 to 20 years. And even Erica King. Okay, so Erica King is definitely absolute 100%. That was a scamming heifer. Okay, but she did not do this alone. Okay, they were two peas in a pod. They were kindred spirits. Okay, she outslicked his ass. Shout out to her. But to even try to equate her being grimier than Nesto is crazy. We have listened for so many times. Oh, yes, Niner Girl a lot. Oh, yes, Niner Girl. Her and Sylvia and another chicken head, that's the window licking society over there. I don't know if we have window emojis, but if we do, I need to make some window licking emojis, right? The window lickers are over there. We're literally trying to make Shirley it was crazy. I might play some of it before we get off of here, right? Insane. Those women sat over there, and as far as I'm concerned, they're all the same people: inarticulate, unlucky in love, and envious, right? Window lickers over there. They were definitely blaming Shirley, trying to implicate her as the problem, literally trying to spin a narrative. How dare you say that this was Shirley Strawberry's revenge testimony? Her revenge was that divorce and moving on and glowing up like a boss. That was the revenge. Okay? Pouring into herself and leaving his ass sitting there in Cobb County Jail begging for sausage cereal and shoes. That's her revenge. Okay? So let's talk about this projection. This graphic smear campaign tactics between people like Silverback and the Hen. Okay? Their first tactic, projection. They accuse Shirley of being complicit in scams while Sonia herself has been caught lying for personal gain, right? Let's talk about the fake King of Diamonds position, how she lied her way into that position but ends up getting fired because she wasn't qualified. The exaggeration of her experiences in the legal field, okay? Projection. Let's talk about how Sylvia defends abusive men but calls Shirley morally suspect, basically. Like, how dare these hoes, you know? The second tactic, allyship with abusers. Both of these women publicly support men like R. Kelly, Diddy, and now Nesto. All of these men are accused of harming women. What do these two women have in common? They are not friends to women. They are not friends to girls. You know, just absolutely insane tactics. Nina Girl, she says, I do think Sonia's anger and jealousy is misplaced. She's an idiot, but ain't no way Shirley didn't know that Nesto wasn't always legit. I will agree with that. I will definitely agree with that. Right? But listen. Let's talk about the character assassination. Let's talk about how there was a framing of Shirley's testimony as revenge instead of truth-telling, instead of just helping the legal system along. Now, just really think about how ironic this is, right? So we're having an issue with a woman who was married to a man who she found out was married to multiple women, who went through all these financial hardships with this man at her side, right? All this public embarrassment, humiliation, being cheated on, and all this shit. And y'all want to sit up here and frame her testimony as revenge instead of just telling the truth. How sick is that? Shout out to Karma Cutie on the super chat. Thank you so much, Muffin. I appreciate it. She says, IS went as far as pulling up an eviction from 625 for Shirley. Her karma will be here very soon. First of all, let me tell you, that wasn't an eviction. Okay. Fran and I both saw that. Let me explain what that was. It wasn't even where Shirley lives, but because that is a morally depraved, weird heifer, she didn't even have sense enough to investigate and explain exactly what it was. And the reason why we didn't put it out here, because actually it has more to do with Shirley trying to take care of everybody else and not herself. But let's talk about it. Shirley Strawberry was not evicted. Shirley, we can speculate this part. That's Sheridan's residence. That's Sheridan's residence. So it might be that Shirley might be allowing Sheridan to pay her own bills, and Shirley got she just basically told her, you got to pay your own bills or whatever. But it wasn't an eviction. It basically was her not paying the bills or whatever. Like if you're late on your rent or whatever, they'll go ahead and file the eviction or whatever to protect themselves. That's all that was. She was not evicted, and that was not Shirley Strawberry's residence. Silverback is a liar. And exactly, she can't even read. Okay. So that was for Sheridan's place. That was Sheridan's residence. All she had to do was look up the residence. Shirley Strawberry, first of all, would never live there. Not that it was bad. That's not what I'm saying. But it was very common, too common for a woman that makes $1 million a year. Okay? It was perfect for her daughter, though. And look, there's no shame or shade in that to me, because we do know, based on these phone calls, that Shirley was paying all her daughter's bills. And so sometimes as a mom, you have to, cut it off and say, hey, chick, that could be it. Or, or whatever. We don't know. It could, because, there's tons of other reasons that could be, but it was not, nobody got put out on the streets. Okay. And thank you so much for this. Shirley does not have a criminal record at all. At all. Shout out to Listen to Me 301. Thank you so much for supporting the platform. I appreciate this sticker muffin. Thank you very much. Okay. So yeah, it was not Shirley's residence. That was Sheridan's place. That was Sheridan's place. So, which all of that has a lot to do with public humiliation. Okay, that's all that is public humiliation. Okay, using the blogs, your position as a blogger, and using stuff like what's going on with her daughter. When didn't Sylvia have to downsize and move in with her daughter? Like, it's really hard for me to respect someone that has to DoorDash for dinner. And let me preface this, right? I respect people who do DoorDash. I'm not trying to denigrate that, right? But we know that that's not a career, it's a gig. Now, if you can make it off of that and you free about your life and that's what you want to do, hey, that's cool, no power to you. But you going around here door dashing in order to make some money, which means you're in a financial position yourself. So how dare you sit there and scoff at hers? You know, like, how dare you sit up there and make light of someone else when weren't you in a position where you were complaining because YouTube did not give you your money? That could have very well been you. You better be glad that your daughter wanted to be bothered with you. Like, seriously. Okay? No Meech Dunya. Hey, girl. She says, what does Shirley's eviction have to do with anything? Silverback needs to mind her business and go find some business that can pay her. Absolutely. She absolutely does. Because here's the thing. Getting evicted is not necessarily a character flaw, and it's definitely not a crime. It doesn't make you a criminal. It makes you very, very human, right? It makes you, it shows that you may not know how to manage your money or you overspent. One or two of those things. But it does not make you a danger to society. It doesn't put you on the docket. You know, you can defend R. Kelly, who also has had evictions. Nesto has had evictions. Some of his children have had evictions. Y'all know I'm nosy. Okay. Sonia has lost properties and had these financial problems, but you're going to use this to denigrate Shirley? That's jealous. And that's the thing. Shirley having anything to do with an eviction, and she was just paying out $40,000 or $50,000 to support this dude in cash, and now y'all want to denigrate her for that? While he's been sitting in jail, practically lawyerless with his rich hen. Why didn't y'all understand? Look how bad this, as a woman, you gonna sit up and denigrate another woman, even if she did get evicted. What you do know is that Shirley was dropping tens of $1,000s for the legal support of Nesto. So if she got behind, could it be some of that too? We do know that this woman was just getting back on her feet. And everybody wants to talk about the mismanagement of money. But I mean, hell, everybody mismanages money sometimes. It's just that me mismanaging money and Shirley Strawberry mismanaging money is going to look different. Okay? Goddamn millionaires mismanage money. Like, it's just insane. I'm going to tell you why she didn't come up to that jail. And this is for her friends, you know, like Yvette and stuff like that, who listen, well, who she claims is listening, but we know it's really her listening. Her friends who listen to the streams that, you know, and we don't know nothing. Baby, we've had the paperwork and we're familiar with it, which is why we hold these positions, which is why you look dumb, right? Nine Girl says, why didn't she bring her funky ass up to that courthouse? She could have ridden with her bestie IS. Again, just really think about what that would look like. What would it look like if she had to see herself side by side with Shirley Strawberry? Honey, listen, I listened to that recap on Bougie's channel. Shout out to her. Where, hey, the Grim Bell, how you doing, boo? I ain't seen you in a while. My girl alive. Twin, hey. if she had to deal with us making the comparison between her and Shirley Strawberry, baby, she wouldn't have been able to handle it. I mean, what the hell would she have done? Wore another pair of denim shorts and chunky, cheap rainbow heels to court? To be compared to the svelte, sophisticated, and poised Shirley Strawberry? Baby, she didn't want that. She didn't want that, honey. She didn't want that at all. Okay? She didn't want that out. And then, but it also proves how cowardly this person is. Because if you can sit up on those phones boldly saying what this woman was supposed to do for her career, boldly saying that she was supposed to put Nesto's crook ass before her career, boldly saying that she's supposed to do this and she's supposed to do that and all this kind of stuff, and boldly telling the attorneys what to do with the money that Shirley was spending on her husband, then you should have boldly been able to sit up at that court and face the woman that you wronged. Shout out to Boricua. She says, I think Shirley looked at Nesto as a provider and protector, but she was looking at the wrong man for that position. Baby, I don't know how she could look to that man to be providing anything. Let's be clear. Nesto could not even provide a solid dick. Okay? We know this because of the liquid Viagra that he carried around in his man bag. Right? That's how we know that. Okay? Using these platforms to drag Shirley while ignoring Nesto's crimes. Crazy work. Okay? Let's talk about the hen and her personal pattern of hypocrisy. Okay? We have heard the anti-woman rhetoric. We have heard how she blames victims for SA. We have heard her blame victims of DV. We have heard her talk about how women are always lying and women cannot be trusted, while herself was a victim of said things. Okay? Multiple relationships with married men, even a justification. Do y'all remember the video where she was justifying? Where she was literally justifying having a relationship with a married man? Right, exactly. She out here bold on YouTube, but a coward when it comes to facing Shirley, right? Fake resume claims. Lied about the King of Diamonds administrative position. Fired when her fraudulent behavior was exposed. Told those men she knew how to do this. Much like she told Nesto, that, she had all this legal experience and I worked for the Innocence Project and I did. Girl, sit down somewhere. Okay, sit down somewhere. You are a court reporter school dropout. You went for 2 weeks. Stop it. Okay? Pretended to have a legal career, but you a courtroom reporter school dropout. Verified by her child's father's ex-classmate, by the way. An ex-girlfriend, her ex-classmate. Let's talk about the faking, the business pretending. Just like Nesto did. Right? Not a filter abuser. Kingdom of Kush. Kingdom of Kush. If you don't get on the wall, somebody take Kingdom of Kush. I need to find a song for the wall. Just like a 5-second jingle for the wall. I might have to make it myself, but you can go straight to the wall. Yes. Kingdom of Kush. Go to the wall. Filter abuser. Yes, those filters have been abused. Absolutely. Absolutely abused. Okay. In the Nesto early days of the calls, remember how she presented herself as this business brain with all this legal knowledge and, entirely fabricated. Walking around, I forgot about that. Corrections officer. What person goes to prison and then can come out and be a corrections officer? You can't be a prisoner and the CO. It's not happening that way. Do me a favor if you haven't already. Click the like for me. Miss Unique, go to the wall, ma'am. Please go to the wall. Miss Unique says, fake tooth shame. Fake tooth shame. Why would you do that? Why would you say that, Miss Unique? Muffin, why? All right, private investigator. Okay, exactly. Barbie's floppy possum, a very dangerous man, very dangerous. Georgia Peach 7777 said to the window, to the wall. Yeah, I might have to use that. I'm gonna download that. I'm gonna download that. Okay. Let's talk about this. Remember how she was. Oh, and Mickey Howard wants all these celebrities are, everybody, depends on me to open up business. Lies. Same kind of lies that she told to Akinelli them when she told them she could run that business. Okay. Juniper Seeds, thank you so very much for the super sticker. She says Sonya sleeps in a mobile coffin and poops in a bag. And this is the truth. Okay? Dirty diaper dingbat. Lord have mercy. I am a blueberry muffin. You are a muffin on the wall right now. Okay? You go to the wall. A senior babysitter. Technically, I'm a senior babysitter. I love babysitting the grands. Okay? CJ says, never mind, she was using a law office legal mail to send him contraband, allegedly. Naked pictures of herself that he was selling, allegedly. Okay? Miss Lady, the audacity. She washed her hair with the water hose outside someone else's house. And the way that they love to act rich and poverty shame. Are you seriously washing your hair with water hoses? Let me tell you how I wash my hair. Okay. I wash my hair in my very large shower with the double waterfalls and digital heating system. That's how I shampoo my hair. So let me correct that as well. I don't wash my hair. Okay, you wash clothes. I shampoo my hair. But Sonya definitely washes the little hair that she's got left. Okay. 444. Set those intentions. Shout out to Real Talk Bougie. Hey girl. You want the link, Muffin? I'll send you the link. Girl, thank you so very much for making it official over here. I love you, girl. Long time I love you. Let me send my girl the link just in case she can. And just in case she wants to come up, let me send it over to you. In case, I cannot, y'all. I cannot. Let's drop some bougie emojis in the chizat. Okay. Now back to this hand. Oh my goodness. Thank you so very much, Girl Alive. Thank you for the gifts. I definitely appreciate the gifts. Thank you. Shout out to and welcome to the new Vibers. Okay, so now I can actually go and see Sparkly Hands, Chick-fil-A Gal, Extra AF, Happy, and D-Dub. Shout out to all of you. I love y'all. Now let's finish cooking a hen and a goat face hoe. Okay? Let's think about all of that weird, I'm a boss, I'm in business, I'm opening this business, I've got a Chinese investor, I've got this, I got all this shit going on. Baby, what? How come you have 100 investments and none of those investments coming through? None of them. Hey, girl. None of these investments
Hey,
happen.
Nyla.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just making some lunch.
Okay, cool.
I was
Cool, girl.
listening and I hadn't gotten my membership over here. So I was doing that and then I said, let me go ahead and when you drop the link, I said, let me go ahead and come on up and say, hey. But I'm not going to hold you. I'm listening. I'm listening and enjoying on my at lunchtime like everybody else.
Cool.
But yeah,
Cool.
She's out of order. I agree with everything. Everything you're saying, I agree. She's a mess.
Mhm.
I don't
A
think she had
mess.
me
And then,
placed there. I would have been embarrassed. I mean, especially considering that Nesto barely claims her.
yep,
And she,
barely playing.
yeah, he barely claims her. And she just, it's ridiculous. I don't even understand what her role is. She's barely a friend. This is the one thing that gets me. When she starts talking about the case and she'll say, I'm just getting this from the warrant, I'm getting this from the affidavit. Why are you repeating what's on the warrant and affidavit when you say you don't trust law enforcement? Like you're reading it as if that's Nesto's account of what happened, but
Mm-hmm.
according to you, it's all lies. So why are you repeating what's on the warrant and affidavit? And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
Nesto's never even discussed the case with me. This is what's on the warrant. But you're saying that everything they're saying is lies.
Everything is like
How
she
does
did.
that
She
make
not sound like
sense?
a fool? Did she not sound like
She's
a fool?
she talks
Because it's
herself in
one thing I
circles.
get. She does, and like she sounds like she's in psychosis. She
She
really
is.
does. She sounds like
She's
psychosis. So I guess
she is,
yeah,
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 she's
she
like in that bipolar manic wheel. She's up, she's down,
mm,
she's all around. She's on that hamster wheel of not dosed enough, dosed too much,
mm-hmm.
she up today, down tomorrow. You know what I mean? She's a mess.
Yep,
She's a real
absolutely,
mess. So, but
absolutely.
yeah, I was checking the docket to see if Dunaway made a decision yet. Do you think that Dunaway is going to make a decision, like let's say before Monday? Are we going to see
Uh,
anything about this decision?
I kind of think so. I think that there's going to be something. There's going to be some kind of motion. I do. I mean, because like on well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Did you catch?
Tell you what I do. I tell you what I do appreciate. I
Mhm.
appreciate that he's not going to be able to just weasel his way into a plea agreement.
He's gonna have to. I mean, just the fact of sitting for 3 years, he's definitely
Mm-hmm.
going to have to earn it at this point because whether he's, whatever the plea deal could potentially look like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know that it's going to get him out of a valid sexual assault case. I don't know how much plea bargaining he could do to not have to sit and wait for to be adjudicated on those sexual assault cases. I mean, you know, using someone's credit card or writing a hot check does not take away from sex trafficking. So I don't know that a plea deal on the RICO is really going to help him with what could put away him for life.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean? Or does he have enough pull to try to, or Hoover to be able to negotiate both cases into some sort of bundle plea? I just don't know if he's got that.
Let's be honest though. Hoover is a fuck up.
Oh my
He's
God.
not effective. He's not effective. He's not articulate. He's not savvy. He does not have the best record. Like we're not impressed with Hoover or his hips.
No. I might be impressed with his hips, but his hips are he's shaped like Medea. He is shaped
Yeah.
like Tyler Perry reporting for a Medea set. It's
Mm-hmm.
he's like Medea Jr. over there. It's a mess.
Not Medea Junior. Not Medea Junior. I
He
cannot.
really is. Yeah, Hoover is not I don't know. I don't when Dunaway said, "Okay, defense, you have no evidence." I died. He had
Girl, it was
no
too much.
he had nothing to submit. They had no receipts. So this is what I'm thinking. Because I don't know if you listened to like that hour-long court. I guess they were they were debating back and forth the suppression issue outside of the Shirley post, right? Um, so Dunaway asked about the registration, like kind of the registration history. When was it registered? When did Shirley register? Was it registered? Like, just get a DMV history of that VIN number, right? And
Yeah.
Wooten said something about I can have that information and maybe file a supplement in 2 days. So I'm kind of looking and lurking on the docket to see if Wooten does post, because his supplements are usually don't disappoint. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is a Wooten supplement today or tomorrow, because he talked about that in court, pulling those DMV records for the registration to be able to validate, like, how was the car registered, when was it registered, type of thing, maybe even in the insurance. Because I do feel like there were some investigative components that were still missing from their overall arguments. Like, they had this, and this, but then when you talk about it, it's kind of like, okay, well, when was it registered? And who called, who put it on their insurance, thing. So maybe there were some additional items that the investigators could flush out to really determine, was Nesto, you know, was he impersonating Shirley one way or the other? When did Shirley maybe find out about it, kind of thing. So I do think there's going to be some things to come out, but I don't know. I'm not confident about Dunaway making a decision.
Yeah, it might. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, he has to, but as far as like expediting it, I don't know. I would have thought he could have done something in 24 hours and it's still not up yet.
To be perfectly honest, yeah.
Yeah, it's been 10 months.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
I'm enjoying you. I'm going to go back to making some lunch, and I'll see all you guys later. Okay. Hey, chat. Hey, Vibers. Hey, Bougie Gang. Hey, everybody. I'll see you guys a little bit later on.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Nyla, take care, hun.
You too, babe.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so Miss J, thank you so very much for the gifts for Operation Green Chat. I am so grateful and thankful for that. Shout out to those of you that actually got it, okay? Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. And shout out to my girl a lot. I am a blueberry muffin for the super sticker. I definitely appreciate it, but that does not get you off the wall, muffin, okay? Will not get you off the wall. You will stay on the wall still, okay? Shout out to Juniper Seeds. Thank you so very much, Juniper Seeds. I appreciate it. Every time I say your name, I'm thinking Juniper Breeze, okay? Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Welcome to the new Vibers. Welcome. Okay, so are we ready to tear back into this? And absolutely enjoy your lunch. Our girl alive, Bougie, enjoy that lunch. All right, let's get into it. So let's talk about a silverback, okay? While we're being, completely hypocritical in trying to charge Shirley Strawberry with being the problem, okay? Let's talk about your personal pattern and your misalignment, okay? Unsuccessful in relationships and social media, okay? Which is why your husband skipped town on you, or shall we say skipped countries or continents, okay? Consistent pattern of failed personal and online ventures. I mean, consistent. Like, and for no damn reason. Like, you literally fumble your own bag. The only time that I can really think of Shirley fumbling the bag is when she married this dude. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, you get me? In Hoover's defense, Nesto is probably lying to him. But Hoover should not be that dumb. He should not be that dumb, girl. Like, it's hard to believe that he's that dumb. Like, seriously, okay? Barbie's floppy possum said, I bet Shirley had on red bottom shoes. She probably did, girl. I'll tell you what she didn't have on. She didn't have on the pins, and she does not relieve herself in a plastic bag with kitty litter. I bet that. Okay. Let's talk about this. Like, seriously, she really absolutely has this consistent pattern of failed online ventures. Just think about this. She went out there to New York. What happened in New York? What happened? You fumbled the opportunity. Let me tell y'all something. Shout out to Tisa Tales, right? Because even if you don't necessarily like her, agree with her, or you might be annoyed by her or whatever, she capitalized and she seized the moment. which is why I was just randomly watching Nancy Grace talk about the Jeff Epstein situation, and bam, there's Tisa. Okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing, especially as someone of a very mature age. You're supposed to be positioning yourself to transcend, right? To increase the bag, like Tisa was doing. But no. You too busy slumming. You're too busy being messy, getting into it with the bloggers, how you got all these, like, girl, why did you piss the gays off? Why piss the gays off? What did the gays do to you? Girl, I can't. Had those men dragging you up and down the YouTube streets, it was a mess. It was an absolute mess. Okay? Can we talk about groupie behavior? Who gets personally involved with the men that you blog about? Who does that? Who goes to jail in the name of R. Kelly? Who takes their teenage daughter to be photographed with a man who literally is on video urinating on someone that was a underage person? And who has a pattern of being inappropriate with teens? Who does that? Who does that? Okay, cozied up, to Woody. Woody is a murderer. Okay, has he been convicted of it? No. But did he allude to it in court? He did. He had immunity. He talked about shooting up barbershops and like, if you was like, I say he's a potential one, right? Because he doesn't have any convictions, right? But like, really think about that. This is somebody who openly spoke about going to shoot up Rich Homie Quan's dad's barbershop, going on drills, a complete thug. Sure, he goes to church every once in a while, but so damn what? Al Capone them went to mass every time they got a chance. But they were also putting people in trunks. Like, seriously. Shout out to Freedom is Coming. Thank you so very much for the super chat. It says, who said she smelled like a dirty earring back? Jesus, that is horrid. Okay? I've never smelled a dirty earring back, but I'm sure it stank. I'm sure it stank, honey. And then, who got involved with Thugger's dad, was trying to cozy up to Mariah the Scientist. And then there's Nesto, trying to be the spiritual advisor as a Christian to a man that has harmed so many women, and a man that you know for sure was cheating on his wife. And remember how she kept trying to say, well, y'all said, he was committing bigamy, so they're not really married. As if we're talking about legality versus, if they're a Christian, the marriage was spiritual first. And you're supposed to be a Christian, supporting the deviant instead of your sister in Christ. That's always been a point of contention for me. Always, right? Always on the wrong side of history. Always defending harmful men and attacking women. Doxing of the R. Kelly victims. Dragging them. Insane. Absolutely insane. Complete insanity, y'all. Self-sabotaging tendencies, right? Why do you continuously make alliances that destroy your own credibility? As a woman of mature age, though. Seriously. And let me tell you, window liquor, something. If y'all listen. This is not a drag. This is just commentary on the commentary, right? But let me tell you, window liquor, something. Okay? The silverbackettes. I keep trying to tell y'all, do not bring y'all ass over here. Silverbackettes. Claiming that somebody is jealous of this morbidly obese, devil-occupied legion. Okay? Do not do that, because if you come in my comments talking that mess, you're going to force me to drag. You're going to force it. And I don't think you want to do that. Shout out to Carmel Cutie. She says they said her pass by air stings, and I'm sure it does. I can see her pass by air. You know, if you can see the air, baby, because I see it. Whenever she walked past, baby, I see the air. I can see it. It's thick. I know it can't be pleasant. But oh boy, I bet Shirley Strawberry's walk by wind was beautiful. I bet it was quite refreshing. Hopefully, it overpowered the stench that we knew was coming from the seats. Okay. Speaking of the seats, can you imagine sitting in a seat behind that person? Can you imagine? Like, ugh. Okay. Her consistent betrayal of women. Long track record of siding against women and girls in these little public situations with these men's. Hey girl. Franny Lala says, hey friends. Yeah, but like not old bussies. Blueberry muffin, you stay on the wall, baby. Stay on the wall. Okay. Black Diamonds and Pearl says, I bet Shirley's walk by air smells like Miss Dior and blessed and highly favored. And amen. Exactly. This is the question. Like, what is it getting her? Like, well, at least she attempted to self-correct with the courtroom footage, okay? So I'm going to give her, because we want to encourage her to get her life together, right? So we're going to give her an E for effort, right? After they dragged her for filth in her comment section, she finally decided, and there would have been nothing wrong with putting it out the way that she put out. But you see, because of the scarcity mentality, because of the selfishness, because of the energetics that she possesses, she's not even going to get what she... Do you know how much money she could have made off that? You know what? Let me say this. Guess what, Muffin? Had you played your cards right, you had the footage. You would be going on Tasha K's today to break down what happened in court. Not me. You were the one that was there. See how that works? You would be the one sitting in court. Sitting over there with Tasha discussing the case. But it's not you. You know why? Because of the energetics, honey. Because of the energetics. That's why, Muffin. But you get to sit on the panel with the side chick and with all those other folks over there with the window licking society and the silverbacks. And I'm Brown Tasha K talking about your footage. How about that? How does that make you feel, baby? I would feel like y'all know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be sitting next to Tasha K with your footage. Oh dear God, that's gotta hurt. Shout out to my girl, Real Talk Bougie Layla. She says she's a chaos monger. Amen to that. Amen to that. Okay. But let's talk about the why. Okay, let's talk about the why. Let's talk about the psychology of woman-on-woman smear campaigns. Okay? We basically, in my mind, there's a flow chart, right? There's a flow chart. We got insecurity, then we got scarcity mindset, allyship with abusers, projection, and then a public attack. Okay? Let's talk about it. Insecurity. Right? Shirley represents everything that both these chickens wish that they were. Respected, elegant, polished, poised, successful, and admired. Scarcity mindset, honey. Let's talk about that scarcity mindset that I've been talking about that you have. I wish I could let you into the Rich Girl Club, or at least teen manifest, so that we can undo some of that stuff. But baby, I just don't think that you have the equipment. But they believe only one woman can win, right? They believe only one woman can win in beauty and power or social capital, which is why they try their best to tear down other women. That's why. That's their MO. Shout out to Unapologetically Angela. Girl, thank you for supporting this channel and helping this chat to be green. Baby, green is absolutely my favorite color. Okay? Yeah, no Rich Girls Club for you. You could never make it. The rich girls would not have you. They would not have you. What the hell? What is this? Mickey Mouse money was stolen by what is this? Y'all gonna have to break this down, because I don't know. I don't get it. Sounds like an inside joke, but I don't know what it means. Let's talk about this, again, the scarcity mindset or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They, literally they only believe that one person can win. They don't recognize that there is enough abundance for everyone, right? That's Sylvia's main problem. And Sonia is actually having a scarcity mindset, because anytime you have to scam or lie about your credentials in order to get in position, that's because you don't believe that there's enough for you. So you have to scheme in order to get it. Anytime you have to sleep with someone else's husband, it's because you don't believe that there's somebody for everyone. So you want somebody else's. Anytime you got to profess your love and dedication to another woman's husband, that's a scarcity mindset. And let's talk about this allyship with these abusers. Okay? Protect the man. Protecting this man makes them think that, they're safe or valued, when it's completely the opposite, right? What protection, what benefit has been gotten by either one of them by defending these men? What has it benefited you to defend R. Kelly, to defend Diddy, to defend Nesto? It literally has created nothing but havoc, ruined your social credibility, aged you beyond recognition at some point. I really need Sonia to share some of those filters with Silverback. Okay. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate this. Savannah Clover says, Shirley portrays eloquence in everything. Amen. Drop a blue heart if you agree. Amen. Right? Protecting this man has did what? Gotten Sonia's money even lower, right? Ruined relationships with her family, ruined her credibility, embarrassed and humiliated her into the point of a psychosis, right? Silverback alienating herself from success. Look how much, think about this. Do you know how much other people have benefited from just from the fact that those old channels are not around anymore? Guess who could have directly benefited from those old channels being removed? You could have benefited, because the people who are interested in that content, they would have had to have somewhere to go. You couldn't even benefit from that. You could have benefited from that. You could have benefited from proximity to the winners. You know what I'm saying? You could have benefited. But you chose not to. You chose to align yourself with the losing team, as you always do, right? As you always do. You align with R. Kelly and look at his ass. You align with Nesto and look at his ass. And look, I don't care what nobody say. She running up behind Sonia because she gonna need a place to stay, honey. And I don't know if Sonia got room for your big ass in that RV. I just don't know, honey. I don't know if there's room for you in Sonia's RV, Muffin. I don't know if you can be doing DoorDash in the RV, baby. Okay? I don't know. So let's talk about your projections, right? You all assign your own flaws and scandals to the target. And what I mean by that is everything that is wrong with you all, you try to project that on to freaking Shirley. While Shirley's sitting up here with a $4 million contract, right? Shirley has a $4 million contract and you are door dashing. Is that why you're really mad? And I'm not a poverty shamer. I'm just a life explainer. Bougie says, where is her post-YSL interview with Jeffrey or Big Jeff? You don't say. Where is that? Did you ruin your credibility with them as well? Did they start to see you for what you were? And so they didn't even give you the alley-oop? Like, that would have done great stuff for you. As much of the YSL penis you were popping in your mouth, honey, you should have been getting that interview. Shame. Shame, shame. Okay? The woman he chooses says, can you imagine the constant smell of rotten eggs in that RV if Silverback lived with Sonia? And constant smell of ass and feet. Because like, typically women don't have smelly feet, right? But like, she just looks like she has smelly feet. You know, some people she looks like her feet stank. And we already know the sit down wind is bad, right? But she looked like she got stinking feet. That space is way too small for stinking ass feet. I'm telling you. Okay? But here's the thing. Sonia and Sylvia's smear campaign against Shirley Strawberry will not change the facts. Nesto built his own downfall, brick by brick, scam by scam. The only thing that these women are building is a legacy of standing on the wrong side of history. Okay? That's the only thing that they've done. That's it. That's it. Because what else is there? What else is there? That girl, no, that it's not an eviction. It was, the pre-eviction, and it wasn't for Shirley. Y'all know all of Sheridan shit is in Shirley's name. That's not Shirley's residence. But like, how are you talking about eviction when you had to move in with your child? And again, I don't even want to shame or shade that. Because if you're having financial difficulties, I feel for you. Okay? I wish that I could help you change your mindset so that you could, change your energy so that you could get some income flow. But you keep with that weird, you keep doing that with that weird energetics, Shirley isn't getting evicted. Shirley's salary basically doubled, right? Basically. But again, like, imagine this though. Back to what happened. Imagine this. You're standing in court under oath telling the truth about how your husband used your name to pull off his scams, and somehow you become the villain in the story. You become Welcome to the Nesto circus, starring his side chick Sonia and her messy little blogger friend, infamous Sylvia. A dynamic duo determined to turn the spotlight off of him and onto Shirley Strawberry. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work. The court, it's just insane. It is absolutely insane. Okay. Accusing this woman of being complicit. And here's the thing. I do believe that Shirley knew that she was married to a piece of shit at some point and that he was probably doing things illegally. I just don't think that she knew the extent. I don't think that she knew the extent. I don't think that she knew about that car I don't think that she thought that he would compromise her. I don't believe that. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say this. And I hope y'all understand this. If she did know that the nigga was scamming, guess what? I don't give a fuck, because it wasn't her that was doing it. It was him. And he made a conscious decision to be a scammer his whole motherfucking life. And so if he did it again and he gets caught this time and she washes her hands of it, so goddamn what? At the end of the day, if she did know, it does not remove his guilt. So I don't know. Implicating Shirley does not make him innocent. It does not help his case at all. So I don't know why these hyenas are attacking her at all. I don't. All we for real, just both of them, long resume of wrong moves, unsuccessful in relationships, unsuccessful in social media, groupie behavior with men that she blogs about. Y'all got a talent for siding with the wrong men and going against women. It's insane. Long history of it. Long history of it. Well, anyway, y'all, I don't want to bore y'all. Niner Girl says, agreed. I don't think Shirley knew the details and extent. I think she knew he was at least cheating. He would be that part. I absolutely agree with. I believe she definitely knew that man was cheating. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe that she knew that he was cheating or no? I feel like she knew that. I absolutely do. And the only reason why I do have to cut this live short is because I do have an appointment in an hour and a half that I got to get ready for, got to cleanse the energy. And then, like I said, I'm going to be on Tasha K's app at around 1:30ish my time. And then I have, I got my manifestation meeting after that. I got on top of each other. So I appreciate, she said, who's bored? I don't want to bore y'all. I just don't. But I do need to get off here, and I will call y'all later. Okay, darling, I will call you later, Muffin. Okay. Yeah, she knew he was cheating. But again, I do think that does not make her a bad person. That does not make her complicit in his crimes. He was committing crimes before they got married. Okay. Do I need to pull up King Mozzie's? Riddle me this. How come they never examined any of that shit? What is their commentary on what King Mozzie said 10 years ago? Let me pull that up just before we get out here, right? Why isn't any commentary on that? I really need to know. Where is the commentary on the King Mozzie shit? Because this is my thing. Y'all want to overly scrutinize every damn thing but anything that the victims are showing. That's what y'all doing. But you literally do not want to talk about anything that this man did. Let me see. Let me pull this up. You know what? Let me just get the screenshot out of my files on my phone. I'll just do that because I know I have it, right? Okay, it's not in that one. Hang on one second. Let me find these posts and then I'm gonna let y'all out here because I just really want to know, how is it that we're not talking about that? Okay, so here we go. So again, November 12th. Hang on a second. Oh, Taz is in here? Oh, he said, hey, Vipers. Let's go here. Okay. So while they are literally going around, explaining away and trying to implicate Shirley, let's talk about this. November 12, 2014. So if any of the silverbackettes are in the chat, the window lickers, ask them to examine this. Written November 12, 2014. Calling all friends, bikers, and families. Please help me stay free. I need everyone to help me protect against Nestos in Buckhead. The dude is a snake. I want to handle this situation the street way, but there are more than one ways to get justice. This man does bad business. Ex-con, still doing the same shit. He used to date Ebony Steele from the Ricky Smiley Show, gamed her out of money, and now he's gaming Shirley Strawberry from the Steve Harvey Show. I don't give a flying fish about who he's dating. All I care about is what he has done to me and my family. The law isn't handling the situation, so I must make a stand and handle this shit on my own without doing something that will send me to jail. Hashtag bad businessman in Buckhead, ex-con, still con, on the loose with pending warrants. The dude is dangerous to the community. Don't be a victim to another Nesto's con. His track record is as follows. Credit card fraud. It's fighting the case for that right now. Stolen identity. Fighting the case for that. Unlicensed and uncertified barbers. Dion still doesn't have a license. Liar. Absolutely. Thief. Absolutely. Bad service. Theft by deception. Literally in his RICO. Larceny. Insurance fraud. Him and his girlfriend have that in common, right? Okay. Poor service. Imagine walking into a spa for a massage only to be SA'd. I am Hazel, Nova Savannah. Imagine using your credit card to make a purchase only to discover instead of being charged $150, you were charged $15,000 2 days later. Imagine having your car valet parked and the parking attendant stole your favorite sunglasses, iPad, kids' Christmas money. Imagine being in love with a man or a woman and they SA your child. King Mazi. Whose child did he SA? Whose child did he SA? King Mazi. Imagine buying a vehicle, but the seller didn't own it. That's in his current RICO. Imagine walking into a nail salon for a pedicure and came out with gangrene. Now, you can't get gangrene from a pedicure, baby. You can get bacteria infections, but you can't get gangrene. I don't think so. Imagine being played by your pastor. Imagine being lied to and lied on by the person you trust. Imagine going to work for 80 hours a week only to get told your check will be delayed week after week. Nova Savannah told us this. Never to receive your earnings. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Wrongdoing shouldn't be rewarded. This dude, Ernest Nesto Williams, is guilty of all these things to a certain degree. Again, help me get justice by protesting against this bad businessman. Help me get justice instead of retaliation. There's a right and a wrong way. Thanks, fam. This is my story. How is it that King Mazi, way back when, has so many parallels? Exactly, babe. 2014. Parallels so much with Nesto back then, and y'all are sitting up here acting like this is Shirley's fault. This was when they were engaged. They were engaged during this time, which means he had did this years before. So in essence, in his RICO, there's on his other charges, he has SA, he has theft by deception, taking people, buying people, pretending to own cars, and just every single thing that he is wrapped in now. This man was calling him out 11 years ago for. That's crazy. Taz said, a motherfucker outline your RICO a decade before it comes. That's wild. And there's a document that I want to read. I'm going to come back and read it later. Y'all probably have been, probably are familiar with it, but I want to get into it because, what are they talking about? But I forgot to redact the names and stuff, and I need to redact the names because I don't want to put people in harm's way. Now, y'all know I'm nosy. 2 of the people that's witnesses got locked up for dumb stuff recently. So they one of them just got out of jail, the other one just went to jail. It's traffic stuff, but I hope everybody shows up in court. I really do. I really do. Okay. King Mozzie is supposed to be, now I had contacted him and he said that he was coming on and everything, but I guess I'm gonna contact him again. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna contact him again and see if he wants to come on and talk, but he may not want to talk because of the pending case, because you know, that is a thing. King Mozzie did file police reports. King Mozzie is a witness. His government name is on the witness list. You know? All right, so love you all to life. I will see you guys later. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, or if you're on the playback. I appreciate y'all so much, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right. I will see you guys later. I don't even want to leave y'all, but I gotta go. Bye-bye.
Turn me up, I like my money like I like my niggas. Green face card, never decline of what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claim it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me.